Should probably set that up before. Oh. What's up, Bill Betts? How's it going, man? Mr. Frank. What's up, Ohio? Mr. Frank, I got it. So the first thing is a little bit of a shout out to Ken Peavy. Dude, I needed flips like something bad. Like, I still have coins on my desk because, dude, I don't have any flips to put them in. I went through my foreign coins and it just completely wiped me out. So I ordered bunches and bunches of flips. So, and I thought with if I got his Ken's package deal that has the 3 boxes and as many flips as he could stuff inside, that then I could use some of these boxes for my foreign coins. So yeah, I'm totally stoked that I have flips now, because that's really really gonna help out. Because I needed it bad. Like, bad. So, yeah. Huh. So, yeah. So, I didn't need like 1,000 flips, but I definitely needed enough to keep me busy. What's up, Cajun? So, and this will help me. I mean, look at this, dude. I got coins like everywhere. Like, this is a mess. So this is super gonna help, and I'm ready to lay waste to some more flips. A couple of things since the last video. I picked up a few coins online. One of them was this one right here. And like you guys notice, looks like a Coinstar threw up. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happened. I got this one specifically because of the obverse. Now, number one, this coin is damaged. I'm well aware of that, and I will not pretend that this coin is not damaged by any means. So this isn't about good details. But the thing that I really thought was interesting that I could see in the videos is that if you look at the little circle on the top, which is called the annulet, it's doubled. So if you guys want to check your cherry picker guide, I'll show you exactly which one this one is. And this is one of those things that you guys can find even on the most wrecked coins. You can still find varieties. You can still find these coins. So the reason why I got this coin is because I had it narrowed down to 2. So in your cherry pickers guide, this happens to be the 6th edition, volume 1. And what I had it narrowed down to is I had it narrowed down to either this one right here, which is Fletcher 5, or this one right here, because of the south doubling, the southern direction on the annulet, the doubling here. But the problem is that in the pictures I couldn't see the motto, so that I could possibly determine this one. So I was gonna have to get it in hand to see if I could figure out what it was. And because I have doubling on the annulet and up here underneath the cross, I was able to determine that this is actually a Fletcher 5. So this is an 1874 shield nickel. It is a DDO. I've identified it as the Fletcher 5, which is the FS 101. So it shows that you guys can still find double die obverses, double die reverses, repunch dates, all these crazy things that we find in coins, even on the most wrecked coins. So I thought that was a cool find, a really cool find. Bill, man, I will if I see one, but the biggest problem is that a lot of the cherry picker guides, because I had this conversation with Blues, and a lot of the cherry pickers guides right after the one of the guys died, the prices went through the roof. So there are older versions if you want like the fifth edition or the fourth edition. But yeah, they and then the second volume of this, volume 2, is like way expensive. So yeah. Oh, you got Coin Dragon got a volume 2. They see Blues has a volume 2 and I don't have one. So sometimes when we're trying to find something, like I'm kind of limited on what I can search for. So I just have to use my brain, which is really interesting because the other night we were actually searching for we were cherry picking eBay, which is still very much a thing. And he was looking at a denomination that I didn't have any references on, but with the information that I know about the repunch dates, the like all of those things, I was actually able to find an accurate repunch date even without a book as a reference. So hone your skills because they can be used outside of just what your references show. Okay, so I'm gonna get into this mail because I am anxious on a few of these pieces. So let me run down. Jeff Dunn, hello. Cajun, hello. Trey, how you doing? Coin Dragon, hello, sir. Bill Betts, I will keep looking for you. Rhonda, hello. I just want to make sure that I get touch everybody. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, books are great reference. But if you can take that knowledge that you've learned from the books and then expand that outside of that realm, just instead of just using the pictures and the books for an immediate reference, but if you can see something on a coin that's not in the book, that's where you've taken a step above and you've become something else. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. So this one is okay. So this is an 1857 Flying Eagle, and you guys might know that I know a few things about Flying Eagles. And what's really interesting about this one is that Coin Dragon sent me pictures of this, and there's some really interesting stuff on the reverse, like possibly a clash, but I really couldn't tell, and it was interesting enough that I told him I'll buy it from you, and so I can take a look at it because I'm really curious to see what's in it. So let me get my camera set up, my scope. There we go. That's the word. Yeah, I know just a few things. I know that that I've cherry picked my share of flyers. Yeah. Which Frank, I gotta show you this, man. You guys are gonna love this. So this is my great snow book. This is what basically I have all my snows in here. So I'm gonna go back here to the snows, and here's what I have so far. And mind you, all of these are flying eagles. Okay. This one I just picked up, Snow 1. I don't have a number 2 yet, but I've got a 3, a 4. I don't have the 5, 6, or 7. 7 is the biggest one. 7 is the muled clash with the $20 gold piece. That one I think is going to be my unicorn. Number 8, which is the clash reverse with the seated quarter. Snow 9, which is the clashed obverse with the half dollar. Snow 10. There's enough detail in this that I've identified what stage a die it is. Snow 12, and all the way down here is Snow 16. So I have a 1, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 12, and 16, and every single one of these has been cherry picked. Like, if you can take your knowledge and build a set of varieties. So that's what I'm working on for this one, is that I am working on building an entire 1857 snow, which is the varieties, a snow set. So this one's gonna be rough. I'm sure. This one right here, number 7, is gonna be rough. But to be able to understand and reference, pictures online, both online and in a book and in a cherry picker's guide, like being able to go through and really learn a series of coins, a denomination, like that's fun, and that takes us to another level of coin collecting. So I'm super excited about that. Hopefully I get to add to this. Hopefully I get to add to this. I need... Oh. Wrong button. Hold on. I just had it. There we go. Now I can do that. Okay, get my scope set up here. Fade to gray, yeah. All right. Whoa, don't lose the flyer. Okay, so I'm gonna get this underneath the scope, and you guys should see what I'm looking at. So the first thing that I'm looking at when I'm looking at these flyers is I look at the not the 0, the O in of. There are 2 distinctive types of O in of. Number 1 is the inside of it is circled, like this one right here, and this is basically everything past Snow 2, if it is a variety. Now Snow 1, if it looks like that there is a square on the inside of this O, that is an indicator that obverse die is either a Snow 1 or a Snow 2, because that is the design, which is what they call the obverse of the 1856 Flying Eagle. So if you guys see a square inside that space, then that's a good sign. So what I'm looking at is I'm looking at this color. This color differentiation right in here is what I'm looking at. Down here. Because what I thought was interesting is that just the shape of this is really interesting, because I thought that it could be a clash that is showing up in the obverse. And there is only one clash with a face on the obverse. So that's why I offered to buy this one from Frank. There was just too much interesting pieces about this coin. I wanted to see it. Let's look at the date. Okay, so when you're looking at the date on a 57, one of the snows that is an absolute dead giveaway would be if the date was a little bit further from the rim, and if there was a little extra piece down here at the bottom of the 7. If you guys see that one, that was the snow 10. Let me take a look at this underneath the loop here real quick. So with these dies, and if you guys remember everything about design and being close to the rim, you'll see like there's a little line right here, and that's just a die crack going from the end of the feather to the rim. Ow, excuse me. So there's two major areas that doubling shows up on the 1857 Flying Eagles. The first part is going to be America, specifically the tail feather right along here. And then the A. The A will both show it on the south side, because the coin sits like this on the south side and the north side. There are more double dies on the north side than there are on the south side. So if you do see it on the doubling occurring on the south, it's narrowed down to only 2 double dies. But on the north side, the doubling on the A specifically, I believe there's 4. The other spot, and this one is really hard to see, the other spot that doubling shows up on these flyers is on United, and it's specifically the outside of the U right here, both right along this edge and up underneath the serif right here, and on the in, both on the inside and the outside. On some coins, you can look at the eyeball. The eyeball, if it just looks like a circle, then there's probably not any double dies, because nearly all of the double dies affect the eyeball. in some way. Like it'll be southwest or west or south or east. Like it will affect it somehow. And then for the clash to reverse that I was talking about earlier, what you're looking for is you were looking for, it's a line that goes from the center part of the E through the N and up this way. And it'll be really clear that this is a big half circle. And what that is that is actually the inside of the neck of this seated quarter. Do I have one? Thought I might have one floating around here. Yeah, I got coins everywhere. Coins everywhere. Okay, I don't have one handy. But that's the inside of his neck, and then his head comes up right up here, and then there'll be a line that goes over this way, and that's the snow. That's the snow 8. And I'm gonna have to keep looking at this Twin Dragon, because I really can't tell if that is a clash or if that's just an interesting pattern of an interesting pattern of like a corrosive liquid that ate away, that pitted this. But you guys can see this line that goes right here. It's a very interesting piece, and I'm definitely going to have to take a look at this more. I tried to find possible clashes, especially on the reverse. There's a clash that goes into the outside, but I don't know. Wish I had better references. There we go. Yeah, I tilted it forward, and it's the line is still there. So or not work. That's fine. If you don't want to work. I tilted it forward, and there still looks like that there's a line that goes down with it. But yeah, I don't know, man. That one's definitely going to be an interesting one. So thank you very much, sir. Another one that I got. What's up, Roasters Farm? Okay. That's the... Yeah. Gotta be this one. This one. Okay, so I gotta remember information that I have on this one. I obviously picked it up because it's in better quality, better condition, not quality. But I can't remember if there was a... specific variety that I was looking at on this one. What's up, Joe Durbin? Gosh, now I can't even remember. Is it sad when you've completely forgotten everything that's okay. So this one is a better condition. I was going to take a look at it because one of the things that I noticed was this piece. One thing that I noticed was this piece right here. And what this says to me is that piece that I talked about earlier. This is the obverse of 1856. This is one of the dies. So this is either a Snow 1 or a Snow 2 variety. So the Snow 2, and this is the closest that I've looked at this. The picture was actually decently put together. So at least I could see that much. But here's why I think it's a 2. One, because of the square look on the inside, and this is consistent with a later die stage on 2. Oh, I know I'm gonna screw this up. And that camera's not working. Cool. I wanted to do the side by side, but this is gonna just be wrecked for a minute. Okay, so there are 5 different dies for the Snow 2, all of them being the obverse, the obverse of 1856. So we start with that square look on the O. And then the other thing I'm looking for is I'm looking at the space in between the serifs on the F right here. On like the Snow 1, there's a die chip in there, and it's basically connected. And then on the later stage of the Snow 2, which is the Snow 2E, it's the same thing. There's a die chip in there, it's worn, and it's connected. And then my camera's there. There it is. It's connected right there. So I have a line, a space in between these two pieces on the F. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to look at this picture is a good reference of where the wingtip goes up. Camera focus, please. So this wingtip goes basically to the top part of the A. The States op America. Yeah, almost. So because there is a difference in where the wingtip stops versus between Snow 1 and Snow 2. I look at the shape of it. So this style, the Snow 1, it's got more of a point, and it's not as thick as the Snow 2. So camera, please, today. So that's the Snow 1. And to me, this one looks a little bit thicker right here. That's just me. Hey, you can't focus unless it's 2 a.m. That's right, Blues. That's right. So looking at my USB, looking at my coin, where the wingtip stops. There. And what the O looks like. Let's see. Let's look at the date. See if we have anything on the date. Because Snow 1 will have repunching on the date, and Snow 2 will not have any repunching on the date. Now, this coin exhibits some machine doubling, some strike doubling. What's up, AZ Coins? Which can be seen on the left side. What's up, Melissa? That exhibits on the left side of the numbers right here. So on the 1, on the 8, on the 5, on the 7, and that's all machine doubling. That's not long acres. That's not anything else. So I don't see anything that is representative of any kind of repunching on the dates. I think the 7 would probably show the most. Let me get a solid light on this here. Come on. All right. So this coin does not have any repunching in the date. So that means that get back to here. So it doesn't carry any repunching in the date that is consistent with Snow 1. And with the Auvers design of the O, this would have to be a Snow 2. As far as what die it's going to be, we can take a look at. There's different sections that are outlined on the wreath on the reverse. So what's up, Bigfoot? So let's take a look at the reverse and see if we can determine anything as far as outlines on the wreath at all. I don't see any outlines. Let's see, there's a die crack on the base of the 18. So I know it's not that one. No, thin denticles from 12 to 3. So we look for that. We got weak denticles. Polished bow right, left end connected to denticles. Polished bow. It's not quite to the denticles. Outlines, repunching a date. Die crack from rim at 8 o'clock through eagle's beak through base of. There's possibly a die crack right up here. Is that a scratch right there? Through eagle's beak through base of UN. Let's see. No repunching O and slightly more rounded than others. Die line from rim at 6 through the base of 8. Let me try to get a better picture of this. So I do have a little bit of die cracks right there. reverse, die stage B, die crack from rim to wreath at 2 o'clock. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to reference all of the markers. Die crack from wreath at 10 o'clock to the rim at 9 o'clock. Say that again. Die crack from the wreath at 10 o'clock to the rim at 9 o'clock. So it's going to be a long one that goes across. So I do have a die crack right up there at 10 o'clock. And there's another one that goes right down there at 9 o'clock. So let me loop this real quick. Let's see, die striations from 7 o'clock to 2 o'clock. 7 o'clock to 2 o'clock. I'm not seeing any outlines and these cracks are very, very small. Let's see. I've got no repunching on the date, which is consistent with Snow 2. I have no die cracks on the obverse. Crack from base of first 8 America through wing. Die crack from base of 18 through the Eagles and the neck. So whoever said that this was easy was sadly mistaken. Sometimes it can be really easy. Sometimes it can be kind of rough. Die line from rim at 6 o'clock through base of 8, which is straight down. Where's the thing at? Where's the thing at? There we go. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking at some of the striations on this die to see if this can give me any more information. Than what it's giving me right now. Predicting earthquakes is easy compared to pinning down Ferretis. Yeah, I mean there's a lot more tools. I do have something at the 10 o'clock position, but it really hasn't really manifested to be anything right away. Because what I'm looking at is I'm looking at This crack that starts right up here and it goes down over here. Yeah, because you can see it right there, the die crack to the wreath. Man, sometimes this is just a lot harder. What do you do to preserve older coins that are made of silver? Leave them exactly how they are. That is the best way that you can do to preserve them, is leave them exactly how they are. So this is an 1857 Flying Eagle, which they are really neat to collect. And I'm struggling with this one. Everything about this tells me Snow 2, because I don't have the you can put silver coins in flips. You can put them in airtights, as long as you don't scratch them or try to clean them with any chemicals. They should be fine. And you know, silver is one of those things that they will last. Yeah, that's machine doubling right there. See more clearly. How were coins made in North America? They were still made with a steam press in the late 1800s. So way prior to from the introduction of the steam press, they were made via screw press. So one of the reasons why I got this coin is that just a very little wear on the edge of the wing right here, which is one of the high points, and then on the eagle's breast right here, with this much detail left in the feathers and all the way up into the wingtips. This puts this coin right around a VF, between a VF and an XF, just based off of that. Dude, there's that crack right there. Got a die crack right there. Got a die crack going right across here. That's machine doubling on the A right here. Well, it looks like that I may not be able to identify exactly which die this one is coming from, as of right now, but I am sure that it is a Snow 2. Specifically because it's got the obverse. It's got the obverse design of 56 with the O and of, and then it doesn't. I can't see any repunching on the date, which is going to put it at a Snow 2. So with the identification of a Snow 2, that means that I get to increase my collection of snows. So get to use one of my handy dandy flips. Do they mention a broken M anywhere? No, they don't. So what I do is, oh, I lost my one of my good pens died. Send it to you, Blues. I think not, sir. You already have a snow in your collection. So I'll go through and I'll grade specifically what this is going to be. And then put my identifier on it. So this adds to my collection. Yeah, dude, it was a Sharpie, but it was a fine point. Just beautiful though. But it died. I'll have to get another one. So you guys get to see this goodness right here. This is the part that I love. I love so much. So you guys remember my collection as of this point. Snow 1, Snow 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 12, and 16. Now I get to add Snow 2 to the mix. So I have one more of the complete set of snows. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm missing 5, 6, 7. I have 8, 9, 10, and then some of these other ones. So that is a solid snow set. You can't see it if you're closing your eyes. Clinton. What is a snow quarter? There isn't a snow quarter, but there's a seeded quarter. But one of the things that I'm looking for is that the snow 8 has the reverse, that the die that was used was clashed with the seeded quarter. There are 3 major clashes. There's the $20 piece, the $20 gold piece, the seeded quarter, and the seeded half. So what I've been working on is I'm building a Flying Eagle snow set, which is Rick Snow, and he wrote the book on Flying Eagles and Indian head scent varieties. Each one of these are designated a specific variety. Just like you would have a double die obverse number 1, number 2, number 3. This is just his setup of the varieties as he's identified them. So my goal is that I'm going to cherry pick every single snow variety for the 1857 Flying Eagle. So it's this one right here. So this one is definitely one of mine that is in a better grade than my other coins. And it's not coming without a lot of work. Because this is one of those things that I have spent days searching for these coins, weeks even. It's taken me probably about 9 months just to build this sheet right here. And that is a lot of research. That's a lot of informations. Clinton, yes, you can open your eyes now. Except for this one, Clinton. You have to look at this one again. Let's see. You already have them with the exception of one. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I have like eight or nine of the set. So I definitely have a huge chunk of it that I've been working on. You almost fell asleep. That's funny. I'm gonna see if I can pull this one out. Um, I got this one for a particular reason that I thought you guys might enjoy. I hope that I can get a solid picture of it, because this thing was so neat. I need to clean my desk again. It is absolutely just wrecked. Okay, Cone Dragon. Okay. So what's special about this one is I'm going to put it underneath the scope, and I want you guys to look at something. I specifically got this one because this has some of the most interesting detail that I've seen in a coin. Hey, Frank, if you haven't left already. So what's interesting about this one is that this is a 1935 Lincoln cent. So one of the things that you'll see is the north-south direction on the fields, and that's die polishing. That's really easy to see. But what I wanted to focus your guys' attention on is this aspect. Try and get it clear. Look at the pattern of striations that go circular right around about this point. I'll kind of rock it back and forth so you guys can see the lines. So if we understand the way that these dies are made, because this space right here, the bust is relief, that means that it is incuse or inside the die. So what would have to happen for a mint employee to be using die abrasions in a circular pattern right here around just on the profile of Lincoln. Like there would have to be like a major clash. This is a major polishing, a major abrading of the die, and for it to be all the way on the profile means that they had like a cone shape, or maybe a wheel, like a cup, like a wire cup or something like that, and they just went to town on this poor die. So I saw this in the pictures, and to have something like this that really shows some immediate abrasions on the die, because like this side here, it's going north south, and you can see that pretty easily. But just right here on the bust, both on his cheek and down here, I wonder if I could get this. Like you can see, at first I thought it was lathe lines that were going across, because you can see them all the way out to the rim, right out here, really easily. But then you can see him all the way down his vest, and it's like, man, that is just a coin to have something like that, and this old too. Remember, this is on 1935. So, but you can see right down here and across here, like all of these die abrasions arcing across. And like I'm just thinking of what's up, Oz? I was just thinking of like what had to have happened, to this poor die that they had to go through and just abrade it just so heavily. I mean, if you want die markers, man, these you can't this is a map. This is a map of this die. So E pluribus unum, and it's got, even on the reverse, there is a ton of abrasions. So something happened to this die, or it was like, on its last leg, and they just went to town on polishing it to get it back up. What's up, Ralph Strucking? How you doing, man? So I just think that this is such a great example of what we say. When we say die polishing, this is exactly what we mean. That you can see everywhere that the mint employee was polishing this die. And one of the other things that I think is really kind of interesting is that with those strong of abrasion lines, that it's not missing a bunch of detail. Because one of the things that happens is when they like really super like polish a die, and especially if they're abrading it down because of a die clash, then you're going to start losing detail, and there is a lot of significant detail left. So what I was trying to figure out with this piece is why, this is one of those questions that only the mint employee that did it can answer, is why they abraded this die so heavily. I mean, you can see that. I mean, there is no safe space for this poor die, and that's just the obverse. I mean, there's also the reverse that looks like it was freshly polished. See you, Joe. So I mean, you have some significant die scratches that come down across through Unum, or through United, and across the O down to the wheat leaf, the wheat stalk. There it is. So what a piece, man. So I had to pick this up. It's just it's too neat with all of these arcing. And you guys can see it here, but all of these pieces are raised, which means that these are in cues in the die. That these are, that they're basically, scratched out of the die. These are deep. So it's just such a neat neat piece that I had to have it, man. It just. So I'm gonna put this in my collection of oddities. 1935. Set. Die abrasions. What a piece. So I thought that you guys would like that one, because that's a really neat. It's a red brown, which is kind of hard to get on some of these older coins, but to have an example of die abrasions like that is so neat, because it really lends a part of the history of the mint processes, of how the mint works. Yeah, it's really neat. I really like it. Now I'm good today. I got some mail that I've been waiting for. I have flips again, which is like the highlight of my week. Because maybe I'll be able to clean this desk up. So it's not so much of a wreck disaster land. So yeah, dude, it's been good. Okay, so I need to check on. So I added another flyer to my set, which is I've been waiting for a couple of these flyers to come in, and yeah, it's just one of those things that sometimes I still just I can't believe that I find these things, because these things should be picked out by Alden Davis. You need to clean your desk. I don't know, man. I think your desk is pretty set. So that's that one. This is this one. So two. So this is. Where's my pen? I already lost my pen. This is number 46. And let me check something real quick. Hide your chickens. Ah. So I'll have to grade that one. And then this one is. I gotta write notes on otherwise I don't know what they are. So today has been a success. I've added at least two more snow varieties to my set. I'm really excited about that. A snow 1 and a snow 2. As I work on my collection, if I continue to look for all of the varieties, because if I find a better example, then I want to make sure and get a better example. But yeah, I'm really excited about this set. This set has been a long time coming. Been a long time coming. There we go. Okay. Now undo the mess that is my desk, if it's even possible. No, that's cool. Frank sent me Frank's Coin Dragon sent me his sticker, if I have it the right way. And then he also sent me $1 million. And this is really neat. So it says the Dragon's Lair. It says Fire Breath up here. They just got $1 million on the back. That's really neat. That is super neat. That's awesome. It's my only warning. I don't know. I think I might need a few more warnings, man. So I'm very thankful for all my mail that came in today. I've been waiting for a lot of it. Um, really because I wanted to get my hands on some of those coins to see if I could figure out what they were, and uh, and especially if it meant that I can add to my collection. And it's clear that I was able to add to my collection, and I could not be happier. So, all right, that's basically all I wanted to do. Is I wanted to come on for a little bit and hang out with you guys. Um, go through some of my coins. Now I have the big job, and that's to organize all the rest of these coins on my desk and clean this up because this thing is wrecked right now, absolutely wrecked. So I'm gonna go and take off. I'm gonna get some food. You guys stay good, stay safe, and I will see you guys. I will see you guys around the tube later.